Can the 49ers snap out of their losing streak? Will the Bills bounce back? And is Detroit set for their 7th win of the season? Hey everyone, welcome into another NFL Breakdown. Rob Wong joined alongside by Postmedia sports betting columnist Brennan and Toronto Sun NFL writer Dan Bilicki. Time to get there against the spread picks for week number 10. Don, let's begin with one of the best games of the week, the 6-2 Jags hosting the 5-4 49ers, who are 3-point road favorites. San Fran has actually dropped 3 in a row and is coming off that bye, while the Jags have won 5 straight. Which way are you leaning in this one?
I agree. It's for me, it's the best game of the weekend. I'm really looking forward to it. Both teams entered last week's bye going in different directions. San Fran had lost 3 in a row, as you pointed out, and Jacksonville had won 5 in a row. I think that San Francisco had some key injuries that they're going to get back. Players are going to get back in left tackle Trent Williams and Deebo Samuel. Christian McCaffrey should be 100% after dealing with an oblique problem. And they're going to get a boost with the addition of Chase Young. I mean, that's going to be a heavy front seven. The pressure that they can put on the Jags, and especially the Jags, because the Jags don't have a great offensive line. I think with Chase Young and Nick Bosa and Eric Armstead, I think that they're really going to bring it. I can't see the San Francisco 49ers losing a 4th in a row. I can see them winning this game and covering the spread. I like them by 4.
Yeah, I think that week off should do wonders for the 49ers. That's really banged up on that losing streak there. And, the addition of Chase Young is really going to help that line because he's a guy that you're going to have to double team, but then you have Bosa on the other side. Getting Deebo Samuel back is going to help the offense, and I think Brock Purdy and the boys get back on track.
Moving to the Bills, Dan, they continue to be inconsistent week to week. They'll host a Broncos team that's won 2 in a row, but Buffalo comes in as a 7.5-point home favorite. Do you like the Bills to bounce back this week?
You know what? The line may not reflect it, but the Broncos seem to sorted things out on defense. And they aren't the unit that allowed 70 points to the Dolphins earlier this year. The Bills just keep losing players from their defense, and they'll have a tough time with resurgent Russell Wilson. I'll happily take the points and make this one of my best bets of the week.
I'm going to have to agree with Dan. I hate doing that, Dan. But I think that Denver, this line looks like it was set maybe on October the 1st when Denver was getting demolished 70-20 by Miami or around there. And since then, Buffalo is 0-5 against the spread. They've won 2 games. They've squeaked by a couple of lower echelon teams. And I think that the Denver Broncos have got things turned around, not just on defense, but I think that Russell Wilson looks like he's sort of rediscovered his magic a little bit. You knew that Sean Payton would get these guys going in the right direction. I think that the Bills are going to find a way to win, but all the injuries on defense that they have, Matt Milano being, to me, the biggest one, and the running game the run defense is really hurting without him. I'd like the Broncos to cover, although I think the Bills are going to squeak this one out with a 2-point victory.
Lastly, Don, the Lions will try to move to 7-2 when they visit the Chargers on Sunday as 3-point road favorites. Can LA find a way to tame the Lions in this one?
Talk about teams that are getting guys back from injury. The Lions get David Montgomery back this week. He had a couple of 100-plus yard rushing games before he suffered the ribs injury. And while he was gone, Jamar Gibbs only rattled off 152-yard game, so that was all right. They're getting a couple of offensive linemen back this week. I think their offensive line is rated among the top 2 or 3 in the NFL. I really like the Lions in every aspect. Their defense has played well. I think that Jared Goff's going to have plenty of time to hook up with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta. I look at the Chargers as a team that's kind of disappointing. And I mean, I know that they miss Mike Williams on the outside, but I think that Justin Herbert is still suffering, I mean, mentally anyways, from that broken finger that he's playing with. I don't like the Chargers in this one. I'm going with the Lions in a victory by 7 points.
Yeah, the Lions, okay, here's what we know. The Lions have a huge rest advantage in this game. The Chargers have no home field advantage. They'll be overwhelmed with Lions fans. The Lions are also getting David Montgomery back and a couple of offensive linemen. And the Chargers don't seem to get the best out of Justin Herbert. They've been skating by against some pretty bad teams. So I think Detroit could really demolish them in this one.
That should be another exciting week on the gridiron. As always, let us know what you're betting on in the comments section below. For all of Don and Dan's NFL picks, head to the Toronto Sun.